Hello everyone, it's Lewis here. I've got an itchy eyebrow. I've been having trouble with my sound this evening. It sounded really echoey, but I think I've sorted it, so hopefully you're hearing this okay. And if you're not, then this is the past now, so I can't do anything about it. So I'm sorry, but please watch the video. I saw the new movie Oppenheimer today by Christopher Nolan, and a few things. I'm not going to go too much into the whole barbenheimer thing because it's all very weird, and it's cool if it gets people to go to the cinemas. But I have a bit of a bone to pick because obviously it's made both movies much bigger than they probably would have been before, especially Oppenheimer, and because of it, I couldn't see this in IMAX like I wanted to because the IMAX screenings at my cinema were absolutely rammed, and I thought I don't want to sit in the room with that many people, and it would just annoy me as well. So I just thought, you know what, I'll wait a bit and see it. And then I saw there was a screening in a quite probably the biggest screen they have at my cinema besides the IMAX. And I thought, you know what, I'll do that. It's a good time of day for me. It wasn't too busy and it's big enough. And if I like the film, I'll go see it again in IMAX once it's died down a little bit. And I did that. And yeah, it's not really a film I can give an opinion on in a succinct fashion. And so I won't. This is what this review is. But yeah, I've been thinking about it a bit since I watched it a few hours ago. It's really interesting. It's really something. I will definitely see it again in IMAX. I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably even go maybe next week in the daytime. I think the main thing to be said is it is what the movie appears to be. It's there's a lot of people talking in rooms in this movie, but I found it really engaging all the way through. There's just a constant music in the background that just keeps attention always going for the full 3 hours. There was maybe a couple of points where I kind of drifted a tiny bit, but there was never a point where I just went, I'm not really into this, because I think the cast is the real strength of it. Like, I mean, obviously Cillian Murphy plays Oppenheimer, and he's fantastic. That goes without saying. But there's just loads of people just who I knew was in this movie or were in this movie, and I just forgot. And then I went, oh yeah, that's that person, or that's that person. And some people are just completely random, but everyone's great. There's people in it who I'm pretty sure they didn't advertise, and I won't spoil because it's nice to see certain familiar faces and voices pop up. But yeah, I really think that's the real strength of it. I think Emily Blunt was really good. To be fair, I can't name everyone that's really good because everyone was really good. Robert Downey Jr. had a much bigger part in it than I thought he would be. Because bear in mind, I don't really know the real story other than the basic, who Oppenheimer was and what he did and what he made, and the most of that bit. But after that, I don't really know. When we all know what happens in this movie. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's a real historical event, so there's not really anything to spoil. But I'm not going to go into details on that too much. I really like Benny Safdie in this movie. I think Benny Safdie's great anyway. Whenever I see him in anything, it's a genuine pleasure. And hasn't got the biggest part in this movie, but he's a recurring character, and it feels like every secondary character is played by somebody, either like a character actor. There's a lot of people where I went, oh, that's them, or went, oh, that's who. I can't remember their name. Sometimes it's a bit annoying. I can't remember people's names, but yeah, I really feel like everyone, people wanted to work with Christopher Nolan, and like Matt Damon is in this movie as well. And I think he said he was going to take a break unless Christopher Nolan called him, and then he did, and he went, yeah, hello, I'd love to be in your Oppenheimer movie, no problem. But yeah, this isn't the movie that I can say, oh, I really liked it, or or I really had a good time, because it's not like, it's not like enjoyable in a sense. It's not, you don't sit there through this film and go, oh yeah, that was a great time, because it's about a horrible thing. But it was very, very engaging, and I liked it, I guess you'd say. But yeah, I'm definitely going to see it again. I feel like it's quite dense. There's a lot going on. It's kind of multiple timelines, but it's interesting because I watched a movie last night. It's not relevant, but it was a movie that kind of did a bit of flashbacks and that. I don't normally like that in a movie. I like a single story told in a straight line. Flashbacks are fine, like in moderation, and for telling the story, but sometimes that annoys me. But this, I didn't think about that with this. There's a lot of multiple timelines interwoven, and there were times when, I'll be honest, I lost the thread of it. Like, I didn't quite fully understand what was going on, but it still works. You can still follow what's happening in a sense, and it comes together really well, I think, in a way that kind of really made me feel something, which is good. And the whole film in general makes me even more worried about the fate of the world and humanity, so that's a good recommendation for you if you want to feel a bit down about the future. This is the grim movie for you. But yeah, I think for a lot of people it probably will be too long or too inaccessible, because there's a lot of people talking in rooms, which I dug. But yeah, for a lot of people they're probably not going to be into that. So I think with general audience goers, which I think a lot of people are going to be attracted to see this because of the publicity and the Barbenheimer thing, and it's like, I think that, yeah, a lot of people are going to go, what the hell was that? And like, I don't feel like I lost anything by not watching it in IMAX. In some ways it might have been a bit easier to take in, because in IMAX it might have been a bit overwhelming, but I'm definitely going to see it in IMAX again, which I'm looking forward to. I mean, the second time I see it, I'll see it in IMAX, which I'm really looking forward to, because I think that's actually going to add an extra dimension to it, and I'll be able to take the movie in a bit better as well. But yeah, but I thought this was really good, and I think I'll like it more as time goes by. And yeah, that's my review of Oppenheimer. Thanks.